Most people don't realize it, but bees are shoplifters. There's no need for light fingers on flowers that make harvesting nectar easy. Asters, for example, offer a convenient platform of petals where bees can stand while they poke their proboscis into each opening. Coneflowers, tardiva hydrangeas, and goldenrods are easy to get at. Other flowers, though, make the nectar harder to reach and may appeal only to certain kinds of bugs or birds. Some blooms are so complicated that they require a learning curve. In those cases, once the bee figures out what to do, she usually sticks exclusively to that species as long as it blooms, which means that such a flower gets lots of cross-pollination. Well, it does unless some of the pollinators decide to bypass all the tricky stuff and poke their proboscis into the base of the flower to get at the nectar. Like I said, shoplifting. Nectar robbing is the official term for it because it robs the flower of a chance to pass on its pollen. But the robbers are unarmed, so we'll consider it a misdemeanor, especially since there's no evidence that the theft harms any particular species of flower, and it seems to help some species of pollinators, the ones who don't have the right mouth parts for deep diving. Those cheater holes appear all over funnel-shaped flowers and even get reused. Or some bees just burrow under the sepal and look like they're nursing. But there are always plenty of bugs and birds that have the right equipment, small enough bodies, or a long proboscis or beak. The bees that can get into those funnels will do so often enough because they benefit from the pollen. It's protein important in their diet. And the funnel-shaped blooms deposit pollen on the bees' backs where it's difficult for a bee to scrape it off, so that it gets transferred to the next bloom she visits. Win-win. And besides, the nectar that's available in the deepest part of a flower is the richest in sugar. So hummingbirds aren't much inclined to cheat. They want the sweetest food. A Tennessee warbler, on the other hand, gets 30% of its calories from nectar, but it has a runty little bill and is kind of forced into a life of crime. Keep an eye peeled when you see bees on flowers from now on. You're bound to see some of them committing petty larceny.